Renee, your spiritual clinical counselor and sexual self-awareness coach, bringing you another fire episode of From Shadow to Sacred, It's Sex in the Raw. And y'all, I'm so excited to bring to the microphone Miss Kellye Franklin of Gary Van Nelson Coaching. Yeah, there she is, where she, along with her partner, helped the polyamorous community develop and utilize their what? Their spiritual energy to remove inner blocks and achieve life success. What? Please, Miss Kellye, come to the mic and tell the people a little bit more about yourself.
Hey, so I am so happy to be here with Miss Yulinda Renee. Hey, so as Yulinda mentioned, I am the COO in Gary Van Nelson Life Coaching, and we are just, really energized and excited about being able to help people find their spiritual truth, their physical truth, just walking in their intention and their purpose. Yes. That's really what we're about. So we do that through, mindset work. We do that really through deep inner spiritual work, really just be able to love and accept yourself so that you can go on your life's trajectory.
Yes, I love it. Now, you mentioned that you do this for the polyamorous community. So I know the people are going to have some questions. So we might as well just jump right on into it. What does that mean to you, the polyamorous community? What is that?
Yeah, so polyamorous community, basically, in a nutshell, and I'll summarize it, we believe love is love, right? And we believe that you can love many people, and that could be on a platonic level, that could be on a romantic level, but that it's not in a box, and it's not just siloed to the one person. I know, that's a challenge in our traditional thinking.
Yes.
But I personally have experienced it, many times. Wasn't necessarily able to express it in my life, but definitely have, loved people on a deep level, more than one person at a time. And it doesn't take away from any relationship that you have, and doesn't take away from the strength of the love. Just, I got more love to give. We have more love to give.
Yes, I love it. Now, I know you hear all types of things and get all types of questions. So what are some of the things people ask you about this?
Well, let's see. The main question that we get is, is that's just helping y'all have sex with everybody? That's the main one. No. Let me answer that one right now. It is definitely about the love and the relationship. Yeah. And honestly, a lot of poly relationships aren't even sexual, right? There's a lot, they're intimate. They're intimate, but they're not necessarily sexual. So we get that one a lot. Another one that I personally get is people think that I've been brainwashed into this, somebody talked you into it, and nope, been mentally and emotionally like this all my life. Just being, a lot of us are raised in traditional upbringings, and we're not able to express it, or we think something's wrong with us, or things like that. And so, finally, as we get older, we're able to be ourselves and grow into it. So I think, let me see, those the sex thing is the biggest thing. People, they think you're swingers, right? They're like, oh, y'all swingers. No. we actually love the people we're interacting with, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See, and that's a big difference, like swinging versus you having committed, loving relationships with other people. So can you break that down real quick for the people in the back? What is the difference between the two?
So the difference between the two, and let me rewind it back a little bit, because the biggest thing about polyamory is it's the ethical piece of the relationships, right? So it's ethical non-monogamy. So the people that we are having relationships with, they know.
Yes.
Right? They know that we're having relationships with other people, and it's not to say they might know all the individual people, intimately, but they know that you have other relationships and what you're doing. So I had to backtrack on that, because that's what it's really about.
Yes.
It's ethical. Yes, I have to stress that, ethical. Yeah.
Thank you.
I get that question too.
Ethical, okay?
I get that question too. Some of my guy friends are like, Oh, well, I was like, no, they gotta know, baby. They gotta
Okay,
know.
cool.
So,
Now, for you, how did you get, because you said the way you grew up, you weren't always able to express this is who you were. So how did you get from the place where you didn't feel like you could express to where you are now feeling like, you know what, this is me, y'all, love it or not, whatever.
yeah, there you go. It's me. um, the some deep inner spiritual work, and I don't mean religious work. Some really deep spiritual work, some meditation, some soul searching, some revelations, really, that I had a lot of inner conflict going on, trying to be that other person. And what's been happening over the, I don't know how many years, so I won't even guess, but what's been happening over the last few years is me really coming to terms with who I am and not giving a damn about who thinks whatever, right? And I spent a lot of my life really worried about what other people thought, living my life for other people. It started when I was very, very young, trying to be this perfectionist person. I've matured. I've matured to a place where I just really don't care anymore. I just really don't. It's like, this is me, this is who I am, like it, love it, leave it, whatever.
Yes, I love that. Like, team, I don't give a, exactly. So what would you tell that young woman who was just at the beginning of this transition? What would you tell her now?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. So I think more deeply is, it's okay to be you, and you will be accepted. There are people out there that will accept you. I think we get real caught up. We get real caught up in if people are going to like us, and if people are going to accept us, and if people are going to leave us. And we're so worried about that aspect of losing. That's the main. We're so consumed with losing that we want to suppress ourselves, and we're not winning, right? Because we're suppressing ourselves for so long, and it comes out and manifests itself in multiple ways: failed relationships, failed business ventures, all those different things, just because we were putting this block up and we couldn't be ourselves. So I would say, to that young woman in my, former self some years ago, I would just say there really are people out there that will love and accept you exactly like this.
Yes.
And if the people around you aren't those people, they're not the right people. I know that's easier said than done. I've evolved to that. I've evolved to being okay with, if I have to lose you because I am who I am, that's okay. My people out there.
Exactly. So how do creating boundaries look with that? Because even if you tell people up front, like, this is what it is, people still get in their feelings, people still have emotions, might get jealous, frustrated, I want my time, all of that. See? So how do you navigate all of that? Because stuff comes up.
Look, so we're human, okay? Yeah. We are human. And I think that's a big misconception as well, is excuse me, is that because you're open to this love style that you don't have feelings and you don't get jealous. We're human. Yes, we do. We do get jealous, and it's not just the females. The men get jealous as well.
Yep.
Right. And you have, we have the men that's like, well, I mean, you could be with another woman, but I don't know about another man and all of that stuff, right? Yeah. So, so you do have those moments, and the most important thing is what you were talking about: that honesty, that transparency. That's like the key. Being able to express it, and then talking it through and coming to some kind of understanding. And it doesn't mean that all of your feelings are gonna be validated either, right? It's like, oh, okay, you jealous, you're not getting enough time, but hey, like, I acknowledge that that's the way you feel, but at the end of the day, you knew who I was, you knew that there was an other relationship or ships. So it's really about that transparency and honesty. And I have lots of conversations like this, and that's why I raised my hand to let everybody know. Yes, I'm poly. Yes, I'm very confident in who I am, but I get jealous too. Yeah, and a lot of us will acknowledge that. A lot of us get jealous, and we have to work through those feelings, right? Because many times, and that's where the spiritual work comes in as well, right? That deep inner work that says, I remember we were actually at a poly meeting, and one of the hosts said, usually it's about me, right? It's about what I'm feeling and what I'm going through and what I haven't resolved. It's less about what the person is doing, right? But that's what jealousy really is, right? We get jealous and we make it about what they're doing, and it's really about our insecurities or how we're feeling. And so, in my space, I try to talk about those things. I try to talk it out, like, hey, here's how I'm feeling. Hopefully get some reassurance that, that says, hey, you don't have to worry about, your place being taken or, the love being different or anything. And that really is the good thing about it. But yeah, we go through jealousy, envy. I need some more time or I need less time. Why you here all the time? No.
Right. That part. So when that comes up for you, like, then how do you create space for self? Like when those emotions come up and those feelings come up, you mentioned your spiritual work. What does that look like, and how do you caretake self?
Yeah, self-care. Yes, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Really just taking that time to yourself, because a lot of times, and this is in any relationship, no matter you poly or whatever, a lot of times we're so absorbed with the relationship that you can't even see the difference sometimes, right? So you get so absorbed and so into it. And I'm really big doing this. I've done it all my life. I get so absorbed in the relationship, right, that it's like my all. And so it's been really great as I've, gotten older and matured and really realized, hey, like, this is a good time for you to think about you.
Yes.
Right? It's a good time for you to go into meditation since you by yourself right now. It's a good time for you to go into meditation. It's a good time for you to go get a massage, take care of you, go for a walk, call your girlfriends, or, that kind of stuff, read a book. I've had, build my business. Sometimes I'll use some of the downtime, like, oh, well, let me go work on, my next project or something like that. Right. And so just really, it's a focused effort though. So it didn't come naturally for me. It does a little bit more now. Still work in progress, but just really saying, oh, wait, I think it's time for you to like get some self-care going, right? So even when my partner and I travel together, or we're always there, we still make sure we take separate time. Right. So we might get up in the morning, do separate things, just to kind of decompress. That's a huge thing for me. I'm very encouraging about you need some time for yourself. You need some space, right, to be you and to reconnect to you. So yeah, I try to do it more than, I don't do it as much as I should. Okay.
Got it.
I don't do it as much as I should. It's about communication for sure. Sure.
What would you tell someone who is just beginning to explore the whole poly, community and lifestyle, who are just beginning to get into it? What advice would you give them?
The first piece of advice I'm going to give is make sure you understand you and what you need. Your wants and your needs. I cannot stress how important that is, because what we were just talking about just then is when you have to navigate and manage multiple wants, needs, personalities, backgrounds, history, baggage.
Right.
When you have to navigate all that, it's a lot. Right. And so if you don't know if you haven't done the work to know like what you want explicitly, and how you're going to do that self-care and get yourself together when things go right, then you're not ready. I'm just gonna be honest about that. You know, it takes a lot of managing, for lack of a better word. It takes a lot of managing to live the lifestyle, even knowing, right? So you know everybody's transparent and everybody's ethical, and you know what's happening, but it takes a whole nother woosah inner peace type of thing to be able to navigate it, because you're still going to have challenges. Yes. Right? If you think about the challenges you have in a monogamous relationship with just one person, try dealing with more than one.
Exactly.
Right. So definitely that, making sure you understand what you want, because what will happen is when you start getting into the other relationships, you'll find yourself kind of just navigating their path and not the one that you want for you. So like I mentioned, people poly various ways. So we talk about poly like you want to, right? Because one person's poly is not necessarily your vision of it, right? So you may just want to date other people and you have intimate relationships with other people, where another person may say, well, no, I want us all to interact. And so you have to make sure you fully understand what your poly looks like, what your emotional needs are, so that you're able to, really navigate it and not get so emotional and caught up, when things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then understand that, because here's another misconception, is that poly people never break up. We have, you have issues too. Right? Like, it's okay. Some relationships just don't work out, and it's okay. But like, oh, you got all the different dynamics and everybody's all happy and peachy. Those things fall apart too.
Exactly. No matter where they at.
Yeah, no matter where they at. Yeah.
So with your family, because I know you said you just kind of opened up and you were sharing, this dynamic you're in. How did that go? When you put it all out there, how did your family respond?
Yeah, so I've only had a couple of people, a couple of family members actually like contact me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the rest of them probably talking about behind my back. I know y'all are. I had a couple of my close cousins contact me, and they just wanted to know more. But that's a testament to the relationship that I have with them. Is, they just want to know more. They wanted to understand, how you do it. And like I said, I did get the, oh, you've been manipulated. And I did get that one. I was like, no, actually it was my idea. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm the one that's all for this. But yeah, so it was interesting, because when I first, my phone's start ringing, and I'm like, here we go.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right, here you go. But so far everybody's been very respectable.
Okay.
In asking, just trying to fact find, right? It wasn't negative.
Good.
So that's, yeah, so it's been not so bad, but like I said, I'm pretty sure the people who would have been a negative just haven't called me.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, this has been such an enriching conversation. What last things do you feel like you want to share with the community, with the audience?
My biggest thing is be true to who you are. Be true to who you are, whatever that looks like. And poly might not be for you. Monogamy might not be for you, and all the other love styles, right? So whatever is true to you, I encourage you to be that. You'd be surprised how many blocks we create in our lives just because we were true to who we were.
Yes. So as part of your spiritual journey, as we wrap this up, you mentioned how that was such a huge piece in you. And then my phone want to go off while I'm on this interview. As you were going through your process, your spiritual process, how did that inform this transition? How did that inform you really stepping into who you actually are? What did that look like? And I'm about to throw this damn thing. Hold on.
Wow. So the spiritual journey was definitely the stepping stone, I will say, for the public piece of it, right? Been doing it privately for a while, but the spiritual work really helped me connect more to who I am and where I want to be in my life. And it also helped me be more confident, more confident in who I am and where I'm going.
Yeah.
And so doing all of that work, right? Those self-care moments where I had to do some serious self-reflection about the interactions that I was having and how they were making me feel. When I was in those places, it just really opened me up to owning who I am. So it absolutely was a spiritual inner work that helped me just like take me as I am.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Tell the people where to find you, Miss Kellye.
Oh, well, you can find me, as I mentioned, I am the COO for Gary Van Nelson Consulting, and Gary Van Nelson Life Coaching. And you can find us at GaryVanNelson.com. We're also on Facebook.
Got it. And we will make sure that all of your handles are all over the podcast when we drop it so they can find you. And this has been so enriching. What is that? So enriching. And I've loved this conversation. We might have to bring you back for a part 2 because I know it's going to be some questions once we drop this and people are going to be interested.
I'm happy to do it. Yeah. Look, I'm all about knowledge sharing.
Yes, well, thank you so much. And we're going to bring it to a close. This has been From Shadow to Sacred. It's Sex in a Row with Miss Kellye. Yes, and we will see y'all on the flip. Bye for now.